No, basically I want to first give you a brief history of who we are, what we are, and why we are in India. I'm a chartered accountant. I used to work for Malia, and that's how I landed in. They put me in Belgium, and that's how I landed in Belgium in '91. And here is my partner Sajid Satak. He also came into Belgium the same year in '91, and we met in the same year. We have been good friends. But I left the UB group in 2001, and I set up my own consultancy in Belgium, so as a freelance consultant. But we have always been interacting socially, and although we have been living in Belgium for a considerable number of years, we have always maintained close family and cultural links with India. We always travel frequently. My parents, my brothers are all here. And so I was always in touch with India. I was keenly observing what was happening in India. And as you may be very aware, that 2005-2006, there was a big India story was going very strong. And India was regarded one of the most attractive emerging market investment destinations for the entire world. And so this really started playing in my mind, thinking deeply. And also to some extent the inspiration came from my contact, Mr. Lawrence Narayana, who still is a senior partner with PwC in Belgium, who is heading the real estate practice. He's half Indian, half Dutch. And so they were our tax consultants, auditors. So always, I started moving with him socially also, so we had a close social ties as well with him. And by virtue of his position as heading the real estate practice in Belgium, so he was also keenly observing what was happening in the real estate scene in India. So he basically also inspired us. He said, look what's happening in India, real estate, compounding growth of more than 30%, so this is something we can do. Sajid, although he was in diamonds business in Belgium, his family was into real estate, construction and development in India as well as in the Middle East. So he also had the same background. And realizing that India growth story, and particularly the real estate, has a tremendous potential, and realizing the fact that by virtue of our living in Belgium and him being associated with the diamond industry, we have sort of access to high value investors in Europe. That was actually the starting point. So we said that we also realized that there are a number of cultural and other barriers from European investors coming and investing in real estate in India. So we said we are basically Indians, and culturally, all that, and we are quite exposed to European culture as well for more than 15 years. So we understand this side, we understand this side as well. So we could form a kind of a bridge, use our contacts, and see if we can set up a business of mobilizing the investable funds from Europe into the real estate market in India. So this is how we initially started a business venture in 2006, Sajid and myself together. It's with the name Innovative Investments Limited. And quickly thereafter we forged a strategic alliance with PricewaterhouseCoopers in Belgium, because it was working both ways for them. Not only they are helping us, through us they are getting access to the Indian market, and through which they will get more Indian clients. So this was a kind of starting point for them as well. So this is a strategic alliance we forged, and based on their advice we set up our group headquarters in group holding company in Dubai, and our India headquarters and advisory office in Chennai, and fund management headquarters in Cyprus. It's based on the PwC advice. So having set this up, we set about going on road shows, contacting investors. At the same time, Sajid moved the end of 2006 to India to man this office and set up this office, add more people, and identifying projects, etc. So the whole thing, while projects are being identified, we were also conducting road shows in Europe. So in about 6 months' time, we were ready to sort of launch our first fund. So it was very exciting for us.